Good morning to each and everybody out there in Facebook Live land. I am Aaron Phillips. Far right to me is Neil Portnoy, and we are the hosts of this crazy area called Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you live from Portnoy Gallery. Mr. Portnoy, what the heck are you wearing around your neck? Is that an anchor on your neck?
It's very heavy.
Oh, I bet it is.
Frank the Tank let me wear this today. So if it looks like I'm bending over,
you are.
I'm being leaned over by the side. This thing is huge. But you know what?
That's 15 pounds around your neck.
Yeah,
dude.
but all the rap videos, I'm learning how to do this now. And
careful how you do that. It may be the wrong way to show that symbol. We may get some really interesting mail.
Well, I'm getting it to signing. I heard that, from my friend Diane, that this is pooping and this is diarrhea. I don't know why I brought that up.
In what world?
In signing, in doing signing.
Oh, well,
just chime in there, guys.
The only time I ever saw it was on Barney. That's one of them.
Barney.
The big purple dinosaur thing, Barney? Or
hey, by the way,
yeah,
the folks joining us here today, to my immediate right is the Big Valley Wrestling heavyweight champion, Frank the Tank, who will see tomorrow defend his championship at a chain on a pole match tomorrow down at the Sahara Event Center, which we'll talk about in a bit. And the one that makes the three of us look absolutely attractively beautiful, because you got to have a beautiful face among the three of us, dear friend of mine for a long time, and Neil's as well, Miss MissyLynn from MissyFit Sports. Good morning, guys and gals.
Good morning, afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you? We are coast to coast, live and abroad. We're all over the place. We thank you guys for coming in with us this morning. So let me ask you guys a question. If you weren't sitting here with us this morning, what in God's name would you be doing otherwise?
Well, you know what? I don't think about that. I was thinking about being here with you. So thanks for having me.
we've really
that.
upped our game with the beauty on this set today.
Yes, beauty and the three beasts, with all due respect to Frank.
Yeah, really,
there.
be careful. He's right to
He's
your
right behind. We're sitting on metal
yeah.
chairs, and I've seen what he does with metal chairs, by the way.
Okay.
Hey, you said chain on a pole?
Yes.
This is chain on a Jew.
That's who originally has roots to Poland, don't you? Or is it Russia?
No, Russia, Lithuanian. I'm a Litvak.
Or you're
I don't know
Litvak.
what the hell that
Careful,
means.
it sounded like Klingon.
Well, it's like a Klingon. Star Trek 4.
Star Trek 4.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised you even knew that.
I did. I threw it in there hoping.
Where
it
are
would
There, exactly.
Where are your chains?
yeah,
Where am I? Where am I? What?
Your chains.
My chains?
Batman doesn't wear chains.
No, he's got a
Right.
Jew.
Batman doesn't wear chains.
No, that was way too easy. You got a chain on, don't you? Have a Jewish star on?
You know what? I did
Sorry,
not.
David,
I
you didn't
did
put it
not
on?
put it on this morning. I didn't. For some reason, I didn't grab it. That's how I was so nervous about Frank coming on today. I didn't put all my stuff
Well,
on.
I have my little palette, but it gets lost in Sequoia National Forest.
Yes, it
over there. Yeah, it does.
Well, it could be a rainforest, though, so you got to be careful.
There's another line that goes with the Sequoia National Forest we can't use on any broadcast.
No, we cannot. Well, we can. We technically are on the internet. I mean, we're not regulated by the FCC, so
Oh,
Thank goodness.
So home of the tall redwoods, I can say that?
yeah,
Okay, good. I'm done.
yeah, exactly. So you made your contribution today. Is that what you're saying?
That's all I did.
I'm just alerting Facebook world that we are live, so that people know to come over and join us. So I will do that. So you guys, I know, thank you both for sharing your appearance with us today. That's very important. And I'm sure you're also, are you Facebooking your appearance on yours
Yes,
right now?
we are live on MissyLynn page right now.
There you
Which
go.
will be put over to MissyFit Sports and MissyFit Sports Group later on.
You know what that means? We are officially simulcasting right now.
Woohoo!
We are simulcasting.
This chain is really heavy.
You're getting a kink in your neck. I don't want to get a bill from a chiropractor from you on Monday, by the way.
I have insurance.
I mean, seriously, if you're not man enough to wear it, you can always just take it off.
No, I'm man enough. That's why I'm not taking it
Wow.
off.
I could always wear
Wow.
it. I
Listen.
mean,
I'd rather see it around Missy's neck anyway. I bet you she can make anything look attractive. You can give her a chain. You can give her
I'm
whatever.
not going to argue that point
No,
at all.
exactly. So anyway, so listen, guys. I know I know you've watched us on Facebook and all of our podcasts. Which, by the way, after today, you can find us all over iTunes, TuneIn, all the great apps, YouTube, etc. But we start off by just kind of recapping and talking about some of the headlines from the past week since we were last on. So please, by all means, chime in with a thought or a question or whatever floats your boat. So the first thing I want to start off was, how about the weather? Last week, this past Thursday, I was out and about running around. This 2 days ago, it was 70 degrees, sunny blue skies, not a cloud to be had. Yet a week prior to that, on the exact day, our valley was freaking out over snow.
I left
and
New
everything.
England. I left New England.
Right.
Because they always used to say, "Wait a minute, the weather will change."
If you don't like it now,
what the hell happened here? Did I bring all this with me?
hey, listen, possibly.
I think so. I just know I never want to shovel ever again. Okay.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
Now
for
it's
sure.
starting to snow out here. Not too happy, but yeah,
I think-
everyone just seemed like they just never seen snow ever before.
I ran into people who never have seen snow
Right.
before. It was crazy. And I'm thinking to myself, really?
Now, how much snow did you get at your house?
Oh, barely I mean, my car was barely covered.
I got a dusting. Missy, what'd you get?
Little flurries here and there.
Frank?
Yeah, just little patches here and there.
Where the hell was the 6 inches everybody kept talking about?
Yeah.
My dad's significant other lives about a mile and a fraction up Cheyenne from me. They had enough snow that they were able to make like small snowmen.
I mean, guys lie about sizes to me. I got 6 inches of snow. I did.
Hey, if you want to call that snow, God bless you.
Yeah, really.
It's a whole new meaning to getting plowed. But anyway, so the weather now, we saw some rain this morning.
Wow.
You see how quickly we digress.
Yeah.
Wow.
So today we saw a little rain this morning, but still temps will be good. I think we're done with that nasty, cold
I
snow.
think so.
You know, mountains were gorgeous last week.
You know, this is what gets me is like people will say, "Hey, why is it snowing up here?" We're like 4,000 feet above sea level. Like it surprises me that doesn't snow more often. You know what I mean? Because
Are we really 4,000 feet?
Yeah.
yeah, we're like 4,000 feet above sea level. We're pretty high. Like I'm shocked that it doesn't snow more here in Vegas.
Well, we're in the valley covered by mountains all around us.
That's not really a valley, in my opinion.
Well, that's what they told me when I
I'm saying-
moved here.
They call it a valley.
Yeah, that's
but
why we
it's
moved
still
here, right?
4,000
They
feet
told me
above
move
sea
to the
level.
valley. Yeah, move to the valley. We even got Valley View. We got streets named after this place.
It's just basically a low-lying place in a high elevation, but it's not really a
Frank,
valley
how
to me.
long you
We were
been here?
punked.
Give me
I've been
give me a
here-
little background.
2 years
From,
from Harlem, New York.
all right, Spike Lee country, isn't it? Spike
Yeah,
Lee?
exactly.
Oh, is it like I'm not left-handed? I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, but yeah,
Yeah, its roots are from Harlem, man. You can't get more, traditional city than Harlem, New York.
Why Vegas from Harlem?
because I've already conquered the East. I've already conquered the Midwest. Now it's time to
Wrestling for how many years?
16.
Wow.
16 years, really.
Wow.
What other? I don't want to necessarily give props and shy away from BVW, but what other promotions were you part of?
Whole bunch of them. OVW. They used to be
OVW.
a,
That was like the AAA of the WWE.
yeah, them. OSW. It's called Old School Wrestling. Oh, excuse me.
That's
sorry.
all right.
OSW. It's called Old School Wrestling. That's where I was trained at.
Okay.
If you follow pro wrestling today, I trained with guys like Chucky T and Ricochet, who's now in the WWE.
Right. Just
you
made
know.
his debut a couple of weeks ago.
Right. Those are guys that I trained with. But I'm not going to talk about any of the rest of them right now.
They
What
don't
really
matter.
matters, yeah, it's Big Valley, and that's where I'm at.
You know the amazing thing for me, and I watched a little bit of your video, and I'm going, this guy's 500 pounds. How the hell does he move like that? Very athletic. It surprised me. And when Aaron told me, you're going to have a guest on, I said, we get Vince Wilfork from the Patriots. Because
You don't talk Patriots to a Colt
I know.
fan.
Well,
Come on,
I-
you're really.
boy, I-
It's a good thing Missy's between the two of you right now.
But they need a nose tackle.
Who? The Patriots?
Anybody. Look at the size of him.
Yeah, I
That's a
know.
nose
He
tackle.
could be the whole
as
line.
as quick as he is and as
Yeah.
agile as he is.
Absolutely.
Wow.
By the way, not only is he part of Big Valley Wrestling, but as we mentioned, he is the current heavyweight champion. He's the big dog. He's the top dog there.
I know.
And tomorrow you put your belt on the line on a very interesting first ever match called Chain on a Pole match with Manny Lemons. And it's not that chain specific,
But it looks like
but it'll
this.
be pretty close to that. And the stipulation, you ready for this?
Yeah.
You cannot get a win, submission, pin, or otherwise until you get the chain down off the pole, which then makes it legal to use in the match. And that's when the referee can start counting for pins or submissions, right?
Exactly.
No, you said off a pole.
It's attached to a pole that's going to be attached into the corner turnbuckle.
Okay.
How big is the pole going to be? Like 6 feet or something?
10 feet.
10 feet. And it's attached in the corner where the turnbuckles
And what do you
are.
do with this? You take it off and wrap it around the guy's head?
You want
or-
him to demonstrate on you?
No, I already got it around my neck. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm just saying I could use a little practice before tomorrow.
That's right.
I
Basic-
think you should take one for the team.
They're exactly
Welcome to the show.
Let's
Missy.
go,
Just
Neil.
jump in.
Let's go, Neil. Exactly. But tell him when you get that tomorrow off the pole, give him an idea as to what you're going to do with it with Manny.
Well, see, first of all, I'm a champion, which means I'm not going to give away my game plan. But I will say this. Because we don't get to do pinfalls or submissions until we take the chain off the pole, that means I can just beat him until I'm done beating him, and then I'll just go get the chain and pin him. You know what I mean? I
So
don't
you may
even
not even
need
have
the
to. You
chain.
may not even have to use it
Right. I can just whip him from here all the way
for
to
pillar
the-
to post. Yeah.
I mean,
Basically.
the question I have is, I keep hearing the word pin, right? If You got a guy this size on top. How the hell do you get off him? Get him off.
You don't. That's the bottom line. You
Yeah, but
don't.
I mean, a normal person that does a pin that's 230, 240 pounds, you might be able to move a shoulder, move an arm, move a leg. You can't move it all if he's on top of you, right?
I saw evidence of that where he was pinning Manny and Manny could barely breathe under the pin, but it is what it is. Somehow things happen. Did you have something? I saw the mic starting to go up. So
Well, yeah, I'm just thinking about. I would love to see this tomorrow in action.
Well, it's going to be tomorrow, Sahara Event Center. That's 800 East Karen Avenue. If you need tickets, I can get you discounted tickets. Not for any of you, but I can get one for her.
there you go. 2 p.m. will be the starting bell, and yours truly will be behind the mic as the color, not the color. I'll be doing play-by-play with Johnny Rocks, who'll be doing the color commentating with me tomorrow. So,
well, we talked earlier about the possibility, and we got to talk to Missy more about this, about bringing her on board as the live. Listen,
field reporter.
Well, the pretty
in-studio reporter, the pretty one of all.
Yeah, because we could never do this. I mean,
but we can't make her a twin. We can't make her a twin brother, though. I don't know how good she'd look like you and I look.
Well, everybody's shaving their head for St.
Do I need
Baldrick's,
to shave my head for this?
St. Baldrick's.
Yeah, St. Baldrick's. I mean, they're doing that whole thing.
Already, what do you think? I thought my hair was starting to grow finally, but if I need a shave for the position,
I thought mine was starting to grow too, and look what happened. No, I think maybe as a representative of Bring It Down, if you've got nothing to do tomorrow, to go to and do a live or what do you think?
We'll talk after we get off.
Okay, I think
we'll talk about that. That would be fun if you're free. We'll talk about it.
Why don't you just give her a bald cap?
There you go. Get one of the. There you go.
There we go.
Get the bald head skins.
Listen, I'm the artist here, and I'm trying to get a visual, and I can't do it.
Sinead O'Connor, is that what you're thinking about?
I just can't do it.
Yeah, that's
it's
not
too
good.
pretty. I mean, I can't put a bald
I
thing
know.
on her.
I know. By the way, my significant other is currently listening, so watch what you say.
Yeah.
So the next thing I want to talk about, as we digress, you and I had the pleasure of participating in something that the school system has been doing here for many years.
Yep.
Generally, the last week of February is called Nevada Reading Week.
Correct.
Where school? Did you participate? You were familiar with it.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't. I got to get you hooked up next year. Next year.
I'm familiar with it.
Did you read for any classes?
There was a first grade class over at I can't remember the name of the school now. I keep wanting to call it Booker T. Washington, but it's
but it is Booker. There is a Booker Elementary School.
But that's not the one I went to.
Oh, okay.
Where's it located, Frank?
It's over right behind Valley View High School, right off.
About 4,000 feet above sea level, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, then.
Valley High School.
But talk about what it is, Aaron.
Yeah, basically what they do is they celebrate reading, and each school does their own different thing in terms of competition for writing and for reading. And what most of them do is they invite guests in from around the community to read to the classes.
Sure.
You were up at Beaux-Arts on Tuesday.
I had an incredible time. Now, this is the second year that I've done
Yes.
it, and I love kids.
And David Tatlock, I owe you a big apology. That's on me.
Okay. I love kids.
Yeah.
I'm all about the kids. So I go in to read, and your wife, who is the assistant principal at the school, picks out a book for me to read, Mr. Pencil.
How perfect.
Which was perfect, right?
Right.
So I'm like, Eileen, I told you no art books. Give me some. And I started reading the book, and I'm going, I kind of like this. So I go into the classroom, and they're kind of looking at me a little weird because they know that you've been to
a
the
dear
school.
Friend of ours. Right? I've been to the school.
Right, you've been to the school, and we kind of look alike. So I'll save that for a sidebar back channel for a second. So again, I start reading the book, and I have my magic marker in my pocket. And, that's the end of it. So I start drawing on the board, showing the kids how to draw with nothing more than letters and numbers. I have this whole thing for kids, and everybody's tuned into me. And then I pull one kid, and I start drawing a caricature of him, and then I did the magic thing, and the kids were all looking at me. So Aaron's wife, Eileen, is walking me back out of the classrooms to head out. And there's this little girl at the locker, and she turns around, she goes, "Hi, Mr. Cohen," which is Aaron's, off-stage name. And Eileen turned around and said, "He's not Mr. Cohen." But there are so many instances that I get mistaken for him. He gets mistaken for me. We've talked about it before in the past. And then he came in this morning with a stack of notes from the kids. Thank you notes from the kids. And I read through every single one of them. And it just brings tears to my eyes to hear these little guys, because the future is the kids. Let's face it, it's all about the kids. And you know what? Forget that I went to draw. Forget I went to read. Reading those is what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the elementary was Robert E. Lake Elementary School.
That's the first school that my wife started teaching at when we moved here almost 22 years
It's
ago.
an elementary school.
Yeah, and it was great. Walked in the classroom, all the kids are looking up at you like you're a giant.
I don't know why.
And I got to read Green Eggs and Ham, and with it being first grade, kids aren't necessarily reading yet. And one kid actually said, "Hey, I don't read, but I know this book." So his parents are reading to him, which is great. And he was almost saying word for word the book, even though he can't read. So he's almost got this book memorized. And it's a great book about a guy being able to change somebody's mind. Once they finally try, these green eggs and ham. And it's really good to see kids being involved and being engrossed in the story and oohing and on and whatnot. And then they definitely appreciated the cookies I brought as well.
That probably that doesn't hurt.
They love that part.
Did you make them yourself?
No.
Okay.
No, I can't make cookies, but no, these are store
They're
bought.
chain-filled cookies.
Well,
They're
no,
filled with
no,
chain bits.
when you go to public schools and things like that, a lot of it has to be store bought because of, you try to bring in homemade stuff.
You can't do it.
Can't
They
do
won't
that
want you doing
anymore.
it.
Allergies,
Yeah.
peanuts, and all that
Right.
sort of stuff.
Right.
Before we go on to Missy, I want to just mention that a couple of sponsors that we have with us. We want to
Sure.
acknowledge them. Foresight Signs, which is right next door to us here at 1539 West Oakey. We want to thank them. They did our banner, which you see hanging out behind our guests, which of course Neil colored in, corrected by following the numbers, and we've got the banner done. They're good for signs, print, design, CNC, wraps, and promo. Give Chris a call at 702-998-7783. That's Foresight Signs. And we want to give an acknowledgement to Skippy Print. They are raising the standards. They offer one-stop printing services such as large format products and printing, trade show graphics, offset printing, vinyl graphics, table covers, displays, contour cut labels, and more. We just about print on anything, business cards to wall graphics. There's no job too big or small that they can't handle. Contact Angela, 702-236-3557. That's Skippy Print, 702-236-3557. Now,
You know what?
Yeah.
You got that radio guy voice.
Yes.
Let me see that.
all right,
And I want to reread.
Go for
that. I want to reread that.
let me hear how
As-
Frank the Tank would read it. Go for it.
as, I don't know. I'm gonna do it like.
Do a rap.
No, I'm
I
not
got
gonna
the
do it like
chains.
that. It's not.
I'll
It's
do
not
rap.
rapping. I'm gonna do it like I don't know, like a wrestler would do it.
All right.
Like Skippy Print, man. It's raising the standards. We offer one-stop printing services such as large format. See, that's how they do it.
I like it.
Contact Angela.
You went pirate on it a little bit.
I noticed that too. Went a little pirate on that one, Frank.
Pirates are in the
Wrestling
streets.
pirate.
Maybe like a Hulk Hogan. You got to do like a Hulk Hogan behind this
Let
one.
me tell you something, brother.
That's right. No job is too big or too small, brother.
Skippy Print, brother. Ooh, yeah. Printing-
Oh, Macho even
Printing's doing
sneaks
it
in.
all. We do it big. Ooh, yeah.
Little Macho Man Savage in there too. Are you a wrestling fan?
I
happy-
was years ago when I was a
Right.
kid. Then
Like
I
you're
just
like
kinda-
you're my age.
I know
now,
when
right?
she was a kid.
Right,
I
when she was a
feel
kid.
really old. I got a
Right.
birthday coming up this week, by the
Yes,
way.
you do.
Happy
So
birthday.
Yeah.
you want to sing him a happy birthday like Marilyn Monroe would?
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Mr. Portrait Maker.
Right.
Am I
So-
turning red?
Just about.
Yes.
So so who was when you were following it? Who were the stars back then?
Roddy Piper, like
Mhm.
that whole,
Hulk
Hulk
Hogan, Steve
Hogan,
Austin,
Yeah, it was pretty
that whole
cool.
crew.
Yeah, and then afterward, you get to watch like the women wrestling came on, and I was like, well, that's
Glow,
cool.
Gorgeous
Was
Ladies
he-
of Wrestling, which is now on
Hey.
Netflix, by the way.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
The guy that owns Big Valley Wrestling was the original referee on Glow,
Really?
Benny Espinosa.
Benny was the original referee.
Yes,
Wow.
he's the original referee
Who
from
knew?
Glow.
Now he's giving me
Wow.
something to use Google for later.
Yeah,
Yeah, seriously.
That cool. That's right. So does he get a little take on the remake that they've been doing the last couple of years
Probably
on Netflix?
not.
Yeah,
Probably
you have to
not.
ask him.
They probably forgot about him. So.
Probably not.
All right, so talk about MissyFit Sports and your brand, because I know you're branching out into getting involved with some great organizations here and down some sporting teams, our local college, the Knights. Talk a little bit about that, about what your brand is doing.
Yeah, actually, right now we just left. Kenny Condon and I, we're trying to do something over at Mob Boxing, And so with Gil Martinez, he's actually one of the coaches over at UNLV.
Oh, I know Gil. I interviewed him on a previous show on CBS a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I don't know Gil. I don't know. Sorry.
Even if you did,
Well,
you'd have
not
me
yet.
convinced if you did.
Not
So
yet. Yeah, well, we're trying to do a little event over there for Life After Sports. And then also I'm going to be sponsored by them through their 501c3. So that's going to be really good.
doing what?
Just working with them. What he does basically, it's all nonprofit for the kids to go in there and box. So gets them off of the streets, which we love, get them into something involved that would actually help them out. So always involved with the kids. I guess you guys are too. Sports,
big time.
helping
Watch
out.
kids. Yep.
Absolutely.
One of the things they do with autistic kids, is they'll say, well, you know what, play the drums, because it gets out all of those anxieties. Not everybody, look, you can't typecast everybody and make generalizations about everybody, but where you brought up boxing, some kids, to release that tension, the movement, same thing with wrestling, the movements, just to get their mind and body together in sync. I think that's a great idea to somehow get them involved.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good for the mindset, and it gives them a little discipline in the
Sure.
world of boxing,
Sure.
Mhm.
which sometimes they don't realize that they need. Just like in wrestling, doing what Frank does, and as I've followed it for over the years, I'm not going to use the F word, which is because there's real physicality with this, but you have to be disciplined to do what you do so that A, you don't break your neck, and B, you don't break the neck of the person you're wrestling against, right? I mean, how long did you train before you had your first quote unquote pro match?
Well, I was a quick learner.
I'm sure you were. You probably taught everybody else what to do.
Most guys tend to take about a year before I would say that they're actually ready to go out in front of an audience and have a match, and have a good match, that is. But I was able to do it in about 6 months.
Okay.
And then after about 6 months, and this is like, weekly working out and training and learning. After about 6 months, I went out and started wrestling,
Right.
and getting my butt whipped,
Right.
because
there is on the job training in wrestling.
Yeah.
When you're in that ring.
it takes about 3 years. Once you actually start having matches, it takes about 3 years before you actually get good enough to even want to start challenging anybody for titles or anything like that.
Nice.
So, it took a while. But once I hit my stride and started growing by leaps and bounds, and I never looked back.
There you go. Not a big wrestling fan nowadays, but I know you're big fans of some major sports teams, including one here in town. And of course, one
Yes.
back east that's near and dear to both of us. So why don't you talk about your sports love so people can understand where the sports background is coming for you?
Sure. So basically, I'm from New York, born and raised. Like I guess everyone here on this panel, everyone's from the East Coast. Sports is a whole different entity.
It's almost a religion.
It's a religion, yeah. So diehard Yankee fan. Worked with them. Was all around that world for a very long time. Loved it.
My Red Sox.
It's stuck in your throat.
Go ahead,
The
I'm
socks
sorry.
are stuck in your throat.
Good.
Stock, yeah, he has a stock in his throat. But always some involvement in baseball or sports, and always loved helping out with the community and with children and such like that. So out here, what I've been doing is helping out with the Vegas Golden Knights sled team. Trying to cover them. Those guys are
Define
amazing.
what that is, the sled team.
Basically, it's hockey. It's the same thing as a regular game, although the women and men on this team are handicapped in some form, either missing a limb or something like that. So they're put into sleds which tied up, and I've practiced with them before to see really what they go through and their struggles. I mean, they're amazing. There's a few Olympians on the team as well.
So you mean there's some cheaters on the team?
No, not at
Yeah.
all. Anyone's allowed to participate, join the team as long as
I don't know. It doesn't seem fair to me. If I'm in a foot race, if I'm in a recreational foot race, and Carlos is standing next to me in this recreational foot race, it's gonna be like, okay, this is some bull. Like, how do y'all expect me to beat this guy? This guy was an Olympian. But I
Well, the whole
digress.
thing is
I
too,
digress.
this team is actually affiliated with the Golden Knights. Even their jerseys, everything has to come from the team.
Licensed through them.
License, everything, exactly. And they do travel around the entire country,
Right.
with other sled teams as well.
I want a jersey. I want you all to listen to me right now. I want a jersey. It's got to say Frank the Tank on the back, and it's going to have my number on the back. Just give me a random number And like 500. That's it.
There you go.
That's gonna be my number. It's 500.
500.
Boom.
I like it. That's a great idea. You're gonna hook them up. I don't know if they carry your size though. They have to put a couple of jerseys together, maybe.
Maybe. Hey, if that's what it takes, then that's
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
it
I
takes.
used to be there myself.
Yeah, just like I don't know, take a home jersey and splice it with an away jersey.
Oh, there you go. The two-tone jerseys.
There we go.
There you go. You got to hook them up.
Something every day. Hear that?
You got-
I did, but I was kind of listening to the phone call coming into the gallery back there. So I had one ear here, one on my phone, and this person keeps calling me, and I already said to them, I'm in a meeting, can't talk, call you right back, ignore.
Well, let me answer the phone next time.
Yeah, I'll answer the phone too.
We're going to break for commercial. We'll
That's
be
right.
back in 15 details at 11. We're
So
call.
when I posted the promo for today's show, and Missy was kind enough to send me some promo shots. Of course, I picked the most beautiful one. She's got her microphone with her cube on. You like all the new cubes, ladies and gentlemen, for her brand, MissyFit Sports. And then there were that's right. Then there was another one, but then the one that I really was going to post for the lighter side. She actually mowed the lawn at Old Yankee Stadium, and there's a picture of her she sent with her sitting on the lawnmower, driving around Yankee Stadium, mowing the lawn, the old stadium.
I have. I just had turf put in my backyard. See, I put.
But
the
it doesn't
R
need
in.
mowing though.
I don't need mowing. I'm not snow blower. Forget it.
Right,
Mow. Forget it.
right.
Rocks.
Rocks.
Because
That's
I'm
it.
4,000 feet above sea level here. I'm not going to forget this. You learn
Right.
something new every
We
day.
have established that we are quite high above the level
That's
of the
right.
sea.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Well, if you ever drive
I'm
to
so shocked that there's mountains. I'm used to the city. I'm always staring at the mountains.
Brownstones. That's about all you
I
saw.
love
Yeah,
the mountains
exactly.
here. I love the mountains here. I really do.
Yeah, it's
All right.
hard to explain.
So, what kind of work are you doing with the Golden Knights sled team? Are you just kind of
covering
learning what they
them,
are?
practicing with them. Just trying to get them more publicity. Get
Okay.
people down to go watch them practice. They're
and
at
they
City
could find-
National Arena.
And they could find your videos on your pages?
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
can go check out MissyFit Sports, MissyFit Sports Group, MissyLynn page all on Facebook. My Instagram handle is MissyLynn2332. I do a lot of the live
32.
23 Don Mattingly, 32 it's Mirage. So I just flipped it,
Oh,
She told
that
you.
was her age.
The mirror
23.
reflection.
23.
She's a huge Mattingly fan.
Yeah.
Don't you have a piece around here that has Mattingly in it?
Do you have
Oh, you
Mattingly?
got to show her that one that
Yeah,
you
you have to
recently
show me
did.
I gotta
Mattingly.
show
I
you.
have just my arm, but that's it. That's about it. Mattingly signed my arm.
Did he really sign your arm? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I see. I didn't see
I wouldn't
that
get out
under
of
the
his car until he signed my arm.
You're held captive
That's
until
another
you
story.
I'll tell you a funny story. My wife, of course, from New York. She lived in Rockland County, Jersey side of New York. A classmate in high school was a tremendous baseball player, John Conti. High school, Manhattan. He went to excellent college player. His whole life, Don Mattingly's been his fan, his biggest idol. He just turned 60 years old. His wife threw a surprise party. Now, this guy goes every year to the Yankee fantasy camp. He's the best player there, even at 60 years old. This year got inducted into the New York Yankees Fantasy Camp Hall of Fame. So his wife commissioned me to do a drawing. She said, we're having a surprise party for John. Can you do a piece? I put him on the cover of Sports Illustrated with Mattingly.
I love it.
Now, did they already have the party?
Yeah, they already had the party.
Okay,
so I
cool.
can show it now. Yeah, I had to
Yeah,
wait.
okay,
I had to
that's
wait.
February
great.
28th, it says, yeah.
Yep,
Wow.
yep.
That's
It
beautiful.
would have sucked
And-
if you
and
ruined
Mattingly-
the surprise.
Mattingly
Yeah,
was
surprise.
always 23, number 23. Right there it is, John Mattingly. And John's number his whole career was 19. So he sent me a very nice note going, his kids got this for him. His wife threw the party, but
Wow.
the kids got it for him. He will cherish this the rest of his life.
I can
Well,
imagine.
That party, not the party. That story could have been much better if his number had been 32. You know what I mean? Like you ruined the whole story by saying his number was 19 when we started with the whole 23-32 thing here. Let me tell you a story.
Well, you know what? My
19.
But if you
birthday,
screwed
it up.
my birthday's on the 19th.
If you add
it's okay.
19 and Mattingly's number 23, what do you get?
You don't get 32, that's for sure.
Thank God I can draw. 23,
I think Neil needs to start watching Sesame Street and Count
40,
Dracula. That's what he
42.
needs to
You're
start
right.
doing.
You're right. My math was off.
Yes. Nice try, though.
It was.
Nice try.
It was.
So now you're also working or trying to get in touch with the folks at CSN and their baseball team. Is that right?
Yes.
You working on that too?
I'm trying to get them pretty much out there, get people in the stands. Would definitely love to get them the baseball and their softball league. So I'm going to start covering them, doing some fun stuff with them as well.
Some live on field.
Yep, live on field type of stuff. Bring my show out there. Game days, sort of same setup. You know.
I think you'd be perfect for it. You'd be perfect for it.
I think I'm perfect for it as well.
Anything with a microphone, she'd be perfect for.
Listen, I'm a visual guy.
I know you are.
This is tough for me today.
I know it is. I know
It really is.
And then covering aviators.
Right.
You know, just baseball as much as I can.
Yeah, she's a big baseball fanatic.
What do you think of their logo?
I love it. Honestly, I see
What
it.
do you
and
love
everyone
about it?
complained about it. I says, well, you're gonna get used to it, just like anything else. Everyone was complaining about chants and what is that, and it's ridiculous. And it's just because it's something different. I believe that people have something to say.
I don't like it. Looks like
really?
it looks like
colors.
adamant. It
Well,
looks like adamant.
They were a good band at the time. I'm going to give this. I'm going to give this to Missy to read. Well, I want to get a take on a live read from Missy to do it.
Okay.
Speaking of logos, when are they going to change the UNLV one?
That's in the process.
Yeah, the
right
Rebel,
now.
right?
Yeah, they-
Right, because
Yeah,
they
they're gonna
just
change
changed it.
Right, a couple of years ago.
How much they paid that Denver?
Too
A
much
lot.
money.
A lot.
Too much
a lot.
money. They should have done it in-house or put it out to the, stay in the community, put it out to the arts community, arts
Right.
district, let people come up with designs.
Or
Magic
certain-
markers.
Or I was going to say a certain illustrator might have come up with a good
Yeah, I
idea
don't know.
A
too.
coloring contest
I'm not.
in a form.
Well, I learned in kindergarten, stay within the lines. I never forgot.
I can't make.
When
a
did you
stick
ever
figure
start,
straight,
though?
So you were one of those guys that could actually break the graham crackers on the line there.
Yeah, like Missy said, I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. Funny story. I'm drawing one day doing my live show with the caricatures, and a woman's over my shoulder, and she looks and she goes, "That's amazing. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." And I turned around and said, "I can't either." She looked at me. She said, "You know what to do with the crooked ones." It's a great line. It's a great line.
I'm surprised that at school when you did the Nevada Reading Week,
Yep.
his partner Doofus showed up
Yep.
at Nevada Reading Week. But I'm surprised you don't have paper in front of you for our guests. Usually you're doodling throughout the whole show. On.
I may do that.
Oh, okay.
I
I was just curious. All right, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor. I'm going to do one, and then I'll turn it to you.
Sure.
All right.
What accent would you like me to use?
Whatever you're comfortable with.
You do accents?
I mean, I could try.
Hold on,
Okay,
yeah. Let
all
me
right.
think of this accent there.
Yeah, all right. I'll do this one. You think of one to stump her with. All right. We want to thank Foresight Signs, who are located right next door here to the gallery at 1539 West Oakey Boulevard. They do all your signs, print, design, wraps, promos, and beautiful banners, as you can see behind us. Contact Chris, 702-998-7783. Or if you'd like to email, you can email him at chris@foresight, FORESIGHT, signs.com. Foresight Signs, Chris, 702-998-7783. And now for our next spot.
All right. The accent is a penguin in the summertime.
Oh boy, this will be good. A penguin.
So she has to waddle too as she does it?
Okay.
You have to get the feel for it.
Oh my. Okay.
You asked for it.
Dude, I did. You know what? I didn't think I was going to become a penguin.
I didn't
In the
either, but
summertime.
In the
yes,
summertime,
In the
Molly.
summertime.
I'm actually looking forward to her doing that again.
Okay. Well, it's hot out. Okay. Skippy Print is raising the sun.
See, you can't do it with a straight face.
I can't. No.
And the funny thing is, she's simulcasting this on her Facebook
I know,
pages,
I
and
know.
they're all not going to see her doing this penguin thing.
All right, do it normal. Do it normal.
Do it normal.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a MissyLynn perfect voiceover
Okay,
commercial.
Perfect. Skippy Print is raising the standards. We offer the one-stop shop printing services such as large performance products and printing, trading show graphics, offering set printing, vinyl graphics, table covers, displays, contour cutting labels. We offer almost anything, any printing from business cards to wall graphics. There is no job too big or small that we cannot handle. Contact Angela, 702-236-3557.
It's funny. I'm watching Frank over here going like this. 1, 2, 3. When I was reading
What
to
were you
the,
counting, by the way?
I was counting. She was like, we do
Oh.
table show
Yeah, they
graphics.
just
All
do
the
so
different
much.
ones.
I was
mean,
counting for it.
I thought he was counting mistakes. I wasn't sure.
when I was reading to the kids at Eileen's school, part of the whole shtick that I do,
Right.
I looked at the kids. I said, how many fingers do you have in both hands? All the kids put up their hands. 10. I said, well, I have 11. And the kids kind of stop and they look at me like, what the hell is he talking? I said, no, I have 11. I can prove it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 is 11. Do the math. And all of a sudden you look at the kids and like they're believing me now that I actually have 11 fingers, right? And you can see them counting. No, Mr. Portnoy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 is 10. I said, well, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5 is 11. How do you only have 10? I have 11. And now I see them visually looking at my hands. Like, where did he develop? You know, and the funny part about it is last night, Dorothy and I went out, and she's doing one of these selfies things.
Right.
And I'm going, move your pinky. And she go, where's my pinky? What do you got, more than one? It was a light of the night.
You caught her.
I would just like to remind all you viewers at home that this gentleman over here has his arm on the table because the chain is too heavy.
That's right. He's resting.
So, right, he's been
He's
holding
resting.
himself up.
That's right.
With his arm. Now
Your wife Eileen got here. You know, she's in our studio audience.
Yes, she's right.
And a little background, if you didn't hear it earlier, there's a whole thing where it's a chain on a pole. And
Tomorrow, the heavyweight champ,
yeah,
Frank,
they're
and
doing
Manny.
chain on a pole. So I said for today's twin brothers with just different mothers, you'll have a chain on a Jew. Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought so too.
And he didn't stay up all night to write that either,
No,
by the
no,
way.
no.
Just
Right.
came to him.
It's
Just came to him.
For those of you all that don't get what the heck he's saying, a Pole and a Jew. So it's more of a
Ethnic. It's more like an ethnic joke.
ethnic
Well,
joke.
do you know why most Polish names end in ski?
I'm gonna say no. 'Cause I want to hear your answer.
They can't spell toboggan.
There you go. There you go.
You can send your hate mail to Neil at.
Right.
It's a good thing we're on internet radio and the FCC has no idea what we're doing here. Anyway, so all right. So next break, you're gonna read the commercial.
Oh,
Anything you want, any way you want to do it. Matter of fact, you're bigger than all of us. You can do it any way you flipping want to do it.
What do we got on your cheat sheet there? Because we.
Oh, you want to go back to
Maybe
more
it should be a
topics? Yeah.
panda bear in this like cold.
maybe.
Oh, he could be a panda bear.
Madagascar.
Yeah,
Well,
be
well,
a
see, here's
man.
my
How
thing
about
with that.
Groot?
But
Be Groot.
well,
Yeah,
here's my thing. When I said a penguin in the summertime, they're still in Antarctica. So
That's right. They are.
summertime was still cold.
Well, there's still the ones in the Bronx Zoo.
But I kind of like the panda bear.
The Bronx Zoo. How about Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy?
Which
Groot?
I'm Groot.
The original one, the adult Groot, not the
Okay.
baby one.
All right.
Well, so get ready for that in 15
I have
minutes.
no idea what they're talking about.
You'll learn. By the way, next week here at the gallery, let's talk
So
about
this must be a DC thing.
This is
Oh,
no,
all
it's
right.
Batman.
are
Groot's
they
Marvel.
DC or Marvel?
I'm saying Groot's Marvel. That's why he doesn't. know what
Marvel.
you're talking
It is Marvel.
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Okay, I'm DC.
Right.
Yes,
Stan
you're right.
Lee.
Stan Lee. That's not to be confused with Stanley. But he's dead. You know that, right?
He died this year.
Stanley.
Yes,
Stan Lee.
Stan.
He died last year.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
But I love his cameos in all the movies. He
Yeah,
won't be
great.
camoing.
I know.
Although I
Right.
heard they're going to do something for the new Deadpool, which the third one, they're going to do something to get his visual into that movie so he makes his cameo in Deadpool 3 with Ryan Reynolds and company.
Is Empire writing him out of the script too?
That's a whole different. Yeah, we haven't even talked about that one.
Oh.
Anyway, so let's talk about. Okay, next week. What was I saying? Next week at the gallery right here
Yeah.
in this very stage, from 11 to 1. Although we will be on our normal time at 12. You're hosting here at the gallery a special launching event for that's going to benefit.
Which you'll talk about because I
You don't know anything about it.
I just draw.
I know you just agreed to it. Urban Underdog, which is a great nonprofit here in town that supports the homeless, those who have pets that are homeless. They go around town and give them food and water and take care of the pets and little booties during
And
the
they
summertime.
spade them and make sure that they don't reproduce other
Correct.
homeless dogs.
Right, and that's called the Bob Barker rule. But what they're also doing is, with the help of our friend CJ Thompson,
Correct.
they've created a brand that's part of the Whiny Bitches line that they also have about wine and stuff,
Which I did the logo for.
which you did a logo for, which is all about coffee, all like 12, 13, 14 different flavors. And what they're calling the campaign is Drink a Cup, Save a Pup. So proceeds of the coffee being purchased on the wine is going to go back to Urban Underdogs to help their mission. So next Saturday, right here at Portnoy Gallery, they're holding their first true launching campaign for the coffee line.
So if you'd like to be part of our studio audience and it's in the morning and you need your cup of coffee,
Absolutely.
what a perfect segue into coming next week
That's
during that time slot, have
Mhm.
a cup of coffee, watch the show, learn a little bit more about the charitable organization and contribute.
And we will have both Cynthia and CJ on during our show at some point to talk about the cause and campaign.
And what type of coffee are we talking about?
All different flavors. Go to whinybitches.co.
Arabica.
I like a replica
Arabica.
coffee. Yeah.
Arabica. So are you going to come next Saturday?
I don't like coffee.
Okay.
You don't like
Are you a
coffee?
tea person?
Nope. Well, yeah, so I'm a green tea.
Green tea?
person.
No, Terry Francona drinks that green tea stuff. It just doesn't look good.
Does green tea calm the
Wait,
savage beast?
So what you're saying is you won't drink a
I-
beverage
No,
that is light in color and
No.
you can actually see through, but you'll
No.
drink a beverage that is completely black, can't even see to the bottom of your cup. And they
correct.
basically do the exact same
And
thing.
I don't
for
put
you.
cream or sugar in. black is the only way to appreciate coffee. Its true flavor.
They
That's what I
do
do.
the same thing for you.
I drink espresso, nice black.
Yeah, I have an espresso and a one of those, you put the funny designs on, thing, and I drink it every morning.
I'll stick to hot chocolate. It's much easier. Anyway, so what were we talking about? Oh, save a cup, drink a cup, save a pup. Next week, that's here. I have no idea. I get so confused. I'm looking at her.
Drink
and
a
I lost
pup,
my
save
words.
a cup. I
Drink-
don't know what you were going with that.
Don't drink a pup. That's
Right,
definitely
not a
PETA
good
will be
idea.
on you
Doesn't
for that.
sound
That's
right.
right.
No, it doesn't. PETA will be all over you for that one. But anyway, so that's next Saturday. So come on down, be part of the audience. The launching will start at 11. They'll have samples of the coffee here. CJ will be here. Cynthia will be here. You, the public, are invited. There is a Facebook event that I've reshared on my wall. So go to Aaron Phillips. You'll see the event out there. And then from 12 to 1 on this back half of the event, you and I will go live. We'll cover the event. We'll have CJ and Cynthia on, talk more about the wine. But in the meantime, you can go to whinybitches.co, WINEY. Yes, I did say bitches. Whinybitches.co. You'll see the logo for the cause on the left-hand side. Check it out. Come down. We'd love to have you here, whether you like coffee, you like pets, you just want to check it out. If you're in the medical field to save animals like vets and stuff, great idea.
Who do we have in our
You know what? My
Right.
phone is not picking up everybody in green, unfortunately, for some reason. So I'm only kind of guessing. Paula Maggio's in there. Actually, my step-sister-in-law, if I actually do it properly, right? That's what Dora is, would be like a step-sister-in-law, right? Step-sister-in-law Dora Brewster's out there. She's first time joining us. Diane Florentino, also a big New Yorker and a Yankee fan, knows many of this,
Hello.
like 70s and
Must be
80s Yankees.
Italian.
She is, yeah.
Yeah, her last name wasn't Smith, right? That kind of gave it away, right?
Ends in a vowel.
So if I don't see your name, I apologize because my laptop is about 10 feet away from me and I can't see diddly poo. I'm trying to monitor it on my phone, but unfortunately, I'm only getting my responses and not who's joining us. But from what I could tell, we do have a very active chat box. If you do miss a show or anything we talked about, of course, be on the lookout for the links for the podcast, everything from YouTube. Of course, this video will be live as soon as we end it. iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, SoundCloud. There'll be Twitter links. There's LinkedIn links. You listen, it'll be a shorter list on where you don't find us. That's the bottom line. Anyway, so let's go back to the list, shall we?
Yeah, what do we get
talked
next?
about-
What
no
do we get
idea.
next?
Oh, here we go. I want to do a sports. You're big sports. I know you are. Your team is the Colts. I know, right?
I
For
enjoy
football, we're gonna talk.
sports.
What's that?
I enjoy sports.
I know you do. You're a sporting guy. You like the Colts. You have a heartfelt for the Colts. You and I Giants, right?
Mhm. Oh, I'm actually a Jet fan.
Oh, the Jet. Oh, how did I
I
let
know.
you in the
I'm sorry.
club? It's
I'm a
Mets,
Jet, but
Jets,
I'm
Giants,
from Queens,
Yankees.
so I had to, go one way.
I'm sorry.
My whole family, though, they're pretty much all Met fans. I'm the redheaded stepchild of the
Redheaded.
family. Yeah. Or
So that's a
no.
color?
Is that what your roots are?
Well,
That's a
yeah,
good-
this isn't my natural color, but let's
But your
not go
eyebrows
there.
are that color.
My wife became a Mets fan just to aggravate the living
Really?
daylights out of me.
Atta
being a Yankee
girl.
fan. But she has transferred, and here we go. Thank you. See, this is why we need an assistant. We need an assistant production person here.
Right.
On the
Because I
studio.
asked for blue M&Ms and there are no blue
There
M&Ms.
aren't any M&Ms here.
Is that an app?
This is actually on the website
Assistant
of
production person.
Whiny, right? Of Whiny Bitches. So we have WB Whiny Bitches Barks a Lot, which is Guatemala Antigua coffee.
Ooh.
WB Dogging It Decaf, which is a Cascadia blend.
I don't like
I have no idea what SWP stands for.
Deal with it.
Deal with it.
Trying. real
Whiny
hard.
Bitches Sergeant Barkowitz. That is
Sergeant Buckowitz?
That's a Papua New Guinea.
Is that like
flavor.
Clay Buckowitz?
I don't know.
Clay Buckholz.
Let's see. Whiny Bitches Deputy Dog. That's Ethiopia Har, H-A-R-A-R-A-R.
You're from Massachusetts.
I just
like
wanted
it.
to stop
The R's
laughing.
disappeared.
They have cups, mugs, T-shirts, waters. They have dog tags. They have all sorts of stuff. And I know that there's more links on here with more coffee. But that just gives you a flavor.
Very good. Very good.
Of what'll be here next week. Thank you, I, for sharing that. I appreciate it. So come on down, 11 o'clock. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, we're back to the list. So
Baseball.
football. Jason Witten. Did you guys see this in the news this week? Retired from the
Coming
Cowboys
back.
2 weeks
Yeah,
ago,
it's coming back.
right? Signs a 1-year contract to go back onto the field.
37 years old, correct?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think
Still in great
37.
shape.
Yeah, great shape.
Did he come out of the booth because he couldn't stand the heat of being in the booth and all the ridicule he
No,
was
I don't,
getting?
I don't think
Or
so.
did he really miss football? If that's the case, why did he retire in the first place?
Missy, your opinion.
My opinion. I think that people, when they retire, they think that, yep, that's it. He goes into, broadcasting. It's a different world. It's not the same, obviously. Some people think it's an easier route of going, but going back to where they actually come from, they start missing it.
Well,
You
you're,
want to go back into it.
your 9 to 5 changes.
Oh, of course. Everything
know,
about your life changes.
As an athlete, people think as an athlete, and Frank, an athlete, former athlete, gym rat. I'm going to call him a gym rat because he's always.
Well, I
doing
played
his
ball in
CrossFit.
high school, though.
Okay.
But now CrossFit.
Okay, CrossFit. Your routine when you wake up in the morning starts totally different as somebody behind the microphone rather than the person in the microphone critiquing what you're doing on the playing surface.
Exactly.
So I think I know myself as an ex-baseball player. When my career ended, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. Jason Witten, okay, you're a good-looking big man, pretty good behind, not perfect behind a microphone. He's learning the trade. You're watching guys that you were in the trenches with for how many years? Pick up from there.
I mean, yeah, you want to take it on?
For me, it's different. When you're actually out there, and he says the trenches, that kind of plays on it. When you're a baseball player, you walk out the dugout and you just stand there and you stare at the field and you're like, man, I get to do this for a living. You know what I mean? People are in their desks and their cubicles and they're inside. I'm standing outside playing baseball for a living. The smell of the grass,
Correct.
the sun on you, the wind blowing. When you're playing football, you walk out on the field and you look around and there's a 100,000 seat stadium around you. And you're like, man, this is big time. This is awesome. It's almost an adrenaline that you feed off of. When you're a wrestler, when you step out of that curtain and your music hits and you're standing right there waiting to walk through and have 20,000 people screaming at you, it's a monster, and people are like, well, my body is taking enough, I need to step away. And then that little monster keeps coming back. He's like, hey man, it was great though, why don't you go back to it? And like,
you think Jason, I mean, and I don't mean to jump in because I want you to say something in this, but you're watching these young kids play the position that you're going to be a future Hall of Famer for. I'm better than that guy. I can do that better. I can still run the patterns. Does that start eating away at you?
I could see it. I think the only way I can look at it is same thing military-wise. These guys that come back from war and they just still feel like they belong somewhere else. They have to go back. They want to go back. You've already accomplished something. You feel like you can do something better. I know with a couple of my injuries, I can't do some things, but my mind wants me in the gym like 4 hours a day. But then tell my body that, and it's 2. So
I'll be honest with you, my mind
just
doesn't
get
want me in
upset.
there. like I want to go. And
it's funny because when I coached college baseball 15 years back east, we used to take the kids down to Florida for spring break, get in these tournaments. And our head coach, Dirk Baker, great baseball name, we'd get off at the airport, get picked up by the team bus. We would drive, and Coach Baker would say, we're going to the gym. Right off the bus, we just get off the plane. So we'd go to the gym, and there was another guy, Dave Weigern, who was my assistant coach. The kids would all go in the gym, and Wags and I, his nickname Wags and I would stay outside looking in. Head coach would come, hey, coaches also. And we'd look at the head coach and go, Coach, there ain't a machine in there that ain't going to make me look any different than I look right now. We're not going in. But that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah,
you said something that always strikes me as it's odd. Not odd bad, but odd good. Like when you said Dirk Baker, great name for baseball. That's like the only sport I hear people say, that's a great name for baseball. Like I never hear someone be like, Crash and Bird. That's a great name for NASCAR driver.
What's that guy's name? Juju something,
right.
something.
Football. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
football.
But you rarely ever hear any other sport go.
How about Clinton Dix Aha?
Right.
Or Aha Clinton Dix, whoever.
You never hear other
But
sports
what
like
about Frank the Tank?
that's just a great name.
That's a great
It's
name.
a great name.
It
right.
does not matter. Like if Frank the Tank was in baseball, or Frank the Tank was in wrestling, or Frank the Tank was in football.
Frank the Panda
Frank the
Bear.
Tank- yeah,
No, it
see?
doesn't work.
That has the
Doesn't
same.
work.
Would it work
Ring
in
to it.
golf?
Of course it would.
All right. See, sometimes the
Missy
name,
the Penguin.
so-
Never mind, it didn't work either. I'm just throwing these
sometimes the
things
name will depict who you are,
Yeah.
and that's all you
Very
need.
true.
Like Frank the Tank.
Exactly.
out. You're a big man.
What would be your nickname,
Yeah,
Aaron?
Oh, this is good.
Right?
Good question.
The Wandering Jew.
Nope.
The Wandering Jew.
Nope.
That's
Can't do
been
that.
used.
That's
Give
been
me
used?
another one. Yeah, that's been used. Give me another one.
I don't want to take thunder away from John Lindquist, but the voice.
The voice.
That's
Yeah.
but that's what it
Nah.
is. So give me one. Give me Mr. Wrestling. What would be my nickname? What do you think?
I want
Aaron
one
Phillips.
too. I want one.
Come
Yeah,
back
you
to-
need a wrestling name.
I really-
Yeah.
Before we go on with that, Frank's turn to read today's
Oh,
commercial.
all right,
It's
here
all
we
yours,
go.
partner.
You're a panda.
I'm a panda.
You're a panda, yeah.
I'm going to be a happy panda.
Okay, a happy panda.
Hey everyone, Skippy Print. It's raising the standards. We offer one-stop printing services such as large format products and printing, trade so graphics, offset printing, final graphics, table covers, displays, contour cut labels. We offer almost any print from business cards to wall graphics. There is no job too big or too small that we can handle. Contact Angela 702-236-3557. We're located at 1539 West Oakey Boulevard.
I want to jump and go, hey, boo boo. I don't know why.
Where's that picnic basket?
Right.
Very
That's
good.
better than penguin.
Foresight Signs, also
I want one.
signs,
Yeah.
prints, design, 702-998-7783. Ask for Chris.
I
Very
want
good.
a nickname. Can I have a nickname?
The printer. The
I'm not a
scripter.
printer.
The scripter.
I'm not a
The
scripter.
colorer.
Yeah.
The drawer.
The colorer.
Well-
There's no word colorer.
If Neil was a wrestler, what
Yeah.
would his wrestling name
I mean,
be?
his whole life is right here in the gallery.
Yeah, well,
The artiste.
I've been called the artiste. I like that with EEST.
We'll call him Sweet Neil.
Sweet Neil.
Yeah. Sweet Neil.
Sweet Neil.
Now be careful with me
Because Neil Diamond has the Sweet Caroline. So
Oh,
you'd be
boy.
Kinda
Sweet
meshing.
Neil.
kind of meshing all the
Yeah,
thoughts. there.
Neil Diamond. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. you
Now
know,
just keep in mind with my nickname because tomorrow I'm on play-by-play calling your match tomorrow.
right.
So
And when I go
panda.
back and listen to it later on,
oh crap, the
Then I'll see
podcast
you
is gonna bite me.
It is.
Because they do replay the matches. They post them up on their YouTube and
right,
Facebook
then
pages.
I'll see you at the next show.
All right. Well, I may have to change my. I may enter witness protection program by then.
What do we
How
got?
about
What,
WITSAC, right?
I
what's
like
that?
that? What do we got next on that list? Because that
Next
list
on the
was
list,
good. Yeah.
I don't. Oh, okay. Couple of pieces of not so happy news. If those of you who watched Who's the Boss when we
Oh,
remember
yeah.
Who's the Boss.
I love that show.
Before that was Soap with Billy Crystal.
What
when
were
he-
you, 8 years old?
I used to love that movie.
You watched those shows.
How
They were
old were you
right.
when that was on? Don't give away your age.
I don't know.
But
Well,
you,
no, I'm 36. I'm actually proud of my age. I'm
it
36.
was great for 36. Huh?
You
Absolutely.
know, I'm
Catherine
wearing a
Hellman.
back brace, but I'm good.
I have kids that age. This is killing
I
me.
used to love Who's the Boss.
Catherine Hellman,
Mhm.
the one who played the mother to the blonde, the Tony Danza's
Mhm.
co-star. She passed away on the 23rd. She was 89. They didn't announce it till this week, but she passed away. And then, listen, very well known here in Las Vegas, behind backbone of many casinos and a lot of what goes on in this town. But Sheldon Adelson apparently is not doing well with his health. And using the words from the article that I saw, dire was the word that I saw.
I don't know if it's Dara Sheldon, owns the Review Journal, who was my former employer here in Vegas. And I got the opportunity to meet him a number of times. He's had bouts with cancer before. This one is non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is not the good one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it gets in your blood system, and he's 85 years old.
Mhm.
We wish him the best.
Absolutely.
And
He's
hang
been
in there,
Portnoyed.
Sheldon.
He's been Portnoyed.
He has been Portnoyed, correct.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you recognize that, but he tried to say that it was his former employee. That chain is giving him delusions of grandeur
Exactly.
right now.
It's sapping away the blood to
Right,
his brain.
it's hurting him.
Well, my body posture started out up here today, and
That's
now
right.
we're already down here.
That's
It's
right.
It's good. You're working out your back. You know, you give
yeah,
him some. Need more posture.
She's using the athletic thing, my personal trainer here now.
By the way, his wife suggests his wrestling name should be King Penn.
King depends.
King-
What did she say?
Depends. That's a
Depends,
different
that's what
story.
I
But we're
heard.
talking King Penn
Oh, Kingpin.
Penn.
Kingpin.
or King Sharpie.
King Sharp. No, I don't use just Sharpie. That's a brand name.
King
Penn.
Mucker.
No, Kingpin is fine, but you got to make it P-E-N.
Do you remember CB's?
No, it is Penn. P-E-N.
Right.
Not that's what she said.
Yeah, but you remember CB's when we were on, Break 19, you get the,
Oh yeah.
my,
Mine was Early Bird.
I was Quick Pen.
Quick Pen.
Yeah.
Quick Pen McDraw.
I used to go break 19. Now this is Quick Pen. We're doing a double nickels east on I-90. We're heading west.
Any bears out there?
Yeah,
Any
right,
smoking
right.
bears?
Exactly.
This is Early Bird. We're going to take a break on the side. No, I'm going to sign off. KBAU 51. I still remember my call letters.
Wow.
And I was a kid when I had CB's, the base station at home.
Yeah, thanks.
KBAU
I was a little bit
5131.
older than a kid.
You're older than God, aren't you?
Hey, listen, I'm hitting Route 66 this coming week. How about that?
Route 66.
Wow.
Yeah. Bald guys look younger. Just remember that. Bald guy.
I
That's
need
why
my. I need my
Frank, why
cap.
am I getting this
I
look?
need my bald cap.
Well,
Yeah, it's not going to
There
work
you
for you.
Still, yeah, Sinead O'Connor. No,
Yeah, not going to work.
stay the way you are.
I think I got a name for
All right, guys.
Aaron. It's Aaron the Destroyer.
Aaron the Destroyer.
No, Aaron
Hey,
Where was that
Oh.
from? We saw a shirt that had that.
from Key and Peele.
Oh, Key and Peele.
There is a
That's right.
let's get where Keegan Michael Key
He's
does.
a Penn Stater, by the way.
Yeah, he's
My alma mater.
he's doing he's a substitute teacher that keeps mispronouncing everyone's names. So it's like D Nice. Is D Nice here? And the little girl's like, it's Denise. But hey, look, let me tell you something. It better not
D-Nice,
be
I like it.
like, yo, y'all think I'm stupid, huh? Y'all think I'm stupid, huh? It's D Nice. Thank you very much. Aaron is Aaron here? It's Aaron. Hey, Aaron, get out of here.
Aaron
to
the
the- yeah,
Destroyer.
Your wife is in the studio and
She's
she's
loving
going,
it.
I love this.
I know she's loving it. What did you see without me?
Key and Peele. It's on Comedy Central.
Jeez. No, that's a good. I like that. I like that. Aaron the Destroyer.
Aaron.
I like it. I dig it.
What else we got? What else we got? I mean,
We're
we're
about-
on a
do
roll
you
I'm
have
here.
fascinated
Sandlot?
by that. We still have a few
Do
minutes.
you remember the old movie Sandlot?
Sure, the
Sure.
original one.
Okay, ready for this? Apparently, drum roll, they're coming out with a TV show with the old cast.
The old cast, like
Yes.
40 years later.
Well, yes.
What's-
well,
what's-
no, it's not 40.
Because in the first
but
one,
yes.
the two main characters, one played for the Dodgers in the end, and
Right,
the other
and
one
the
was the
Dodgers.
broadcaster.
Right.
What's it going to be called? Is it the same title? Or
I don't know. I didn't see that.
come
All
on,
I
give,
know
give
is-
us more info.
I did put it on my pages, but apparently, yeah, it's going to be a different title. But yeah, it's going to be
What's
a
gonna
show,
be
a
based on that?
series. It's going to be a complete Sandlot
Wow.
series.
I'm still watching all the MASH episodes
Very
on Hulu.
excited.
I'm binge watching all the MASH episodes
MASH, yeah.
because they just
Smash
passed.
on Hulu now?
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
all the season, and they just passed. It was during this past week when they celebrated the anniversary of when they signed off.
Terrible ending.
Did
think
anyone
so?
know
Yeah,
that?
I didn't like the ending.
No show ends good though. If you watched it for like, a
Seinfeld
long
was
time,
terrible too.
Oh, that was
Seinfeld,
terrible.
Sopranos.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yeah.
You watch it for so long, there's no way you're excited about ending.
Yeah, like I'm telling you,
It's already
if
this-
I was ever a producer and I had a long-running TV
When you
show,
become a
I'm saying-
producer,
I'm saying,
it's in your future.
long-running TV show, the whatever it
As
is,
a fan.
I'm telling you, the last episode is going to be just the earth blowing up. That's it.
The
You know,
end of-
everybody's going.
no,
not
I'm
just you.
Armageddon.
it's gonna be
Are
like
we
a happy
talking
ending,
Armageddon?
and they're gonna be like, and they all lived happily ever after.
Don't say
And
happy
then-
ending.
Wait,
no,
right, hold up.
Robert Kraft.
No,
you
no, they'll
can't
be like-
use the happy ending
No,
thing.
No, they'll be like, they all lived happily ever after, and then it'll cut to a big shot of the earth, and the earth will just explode.
like the nuclear bomb mushroom or something.
No, just explode.
The
Just-
whole Earth.
that's
That's
it.
Well, this way, there's definitely no uncertainty about the show ever coming back.
Do you
Exactly.
remember the show? Dorothy and my favorite show on TV was Fringe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We watched that.
We
loved it.
loved Fringe.
Yeah.
Walter
Yeah.
was the best.
Yeah. The
Right?
father. Yeah.
How did that end? Do you remember?
It was all a dream. They were in the park at the end.
Everything blew up.
Everything blew, but they were seen in the park
See that?
Correct.
back to the normal
Right,
timeline.
Right. That was the
That's
best show
true.
on TV.
That
Right,
was
so
very
then
good.
when they reboot my show, it'll be that everyone ended up getting transported through an alternate dimension to.
That's why I
You've been
like-
watching
Right.
Flash too much with
How
all the
come-
different Earths.
How come I keep thinking, being the illustrator that I am, that Frank the Tank to me is comic book written all over it. The story of Frank the Tank, and Frank the Tank goes on the road. His next match is going to be. I just see comic book.
I do too. That'd be awesome.
All right.
I'm writing a book.
No, what's it called?
Well, actually, I have a ghostwriter that's writing a book with me.
What's it called?
I haven't come up with a title yet. It's about my life in radio and my weight loss transition and all that stuff, and now
The
entry
story.
into wrestling.
A
Yeah, I was
Ron.
gonna say,
Yeah, there
A.A.
you go. We're
Yeah,
on the same
The
page.
story of A.A. Ron.
I'm coming out with a book.
As a Hall of Famer.
That's right, the Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. A.A.
The
Ron.
Entertainers Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Now
That's
I'm coming out with a book too. You know what the title is?
No.
And your mother told you never to play with magic markers. The works of Neil Portnoy.
There you go.
I
right.
really am. I'm doing
Real. Guess what? We're almost at
Sweet
the end of an
Neil.
hour. We're almost at the end of the hour already. Can you believe it?
Sweet Neil. I like that.
So what I want to do is just mention this. Talk about what you're currently working on. Anything like current. You're going to hear probably more of Missy with Missy along with Twin Brothers in coming episodes, so that she can share a lot of what she's doing. We're going to talk about that. But do you have any current projects that you're working on? Anybody you want to reach out to that you need response from, like the folks at CSN or something you want to put out there?
Just out there, yeah. Working with a couple people. Vegas Wish, the foundation.
Right.
Starting to work with them. They just got their 501c3 kicked in a few weeks ago.
Mhm.
Congratulations on that. I'm also working with the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce.
Which I am also a member of.
Yes, there you go.
Mhm.
Right now, as of this morning, working with the Mob Boxing Ring
Mhm.
and Candy Connor, who's sitting in the audience as well, with Life After Sports, doing a lot of stuff with her and all the big events coming up through that.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll start seeing my show, a few different studios, changing it up, also getting one with like a live audience to get some things going. I'll be doing a lot of stuff on the road with the commerce. So it's a lot, yeah, with through baseball, through everything else, the hockey stuff that I'm doing. So you can always check me out on my pages. That's where you can always see
Which
like,
are
live. MissyLynn is my personal page where I have a lot of my stuff. MissyFit Sports, MissyFit Sports Group.
There you go. She's all
There
over
you
the
go.
place.
Instagram, like I said.
just like us.
Missy
We're
Lynn.
all over the place.
That's
Yeah.
right. I guest on one of her early shows at the previous station we worked at.
I was on as well.
Yep.
And to this day, in terms of a Facebook video that I've been in, still the highest one I've ever gotten numbers being part of. She was almost 4,000 views of that video.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
I only got one of them. The rest were her fans.
Well, that's why we're going to bring her on board.
That's right,
because
exactly.
It's the pretty face. We
Absolutely.
need more views.
Absolutely. All right, tomorrow, 2 p.m. at the Sauer Event Center, the first ever Big Valley Wrestling chain on a pole match, not only in general, but also for the heavyweight championship belt. Frank goes up against Manny Lemons. Any final words for your competitor, your challenger tomorrow?
Yeah, I got some final words, and he's come straight from Foresight Signs and Skippy Print. Frank the Tank is coming for you. You understand? It's not going to be nice. All right. I'm trying to be nice right now because I'm sitting amongst, bald-headed people and the lovely lady. But when I get in that ring, it's over. I just want to send a shout out to the hat that's sitting in the audience right now. It's pretty awesome. It's shining and glittery and sparkling. And it keeps getting my attention over there. I just want you to know, I see you. All right.
That's
can you-
candy.
I need to get her on this show.
We
one
will.
time.
We're going to work on it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we'll see you tomorrow down the tickets are $12.
Yeah. See, right
2
now,
for ones for seniors. And then if you're under 12, I believe it's free, right?
Yeah. if you're
Something like
12.
that. Right.
But like I said, I can get you a discounted ticket. If you come straight through Frank the Tank, I can get you a discounted ticket. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
And they can find you how? Social
Well,
media
Standing in a crowd. That's where
Right.
you
Well,
can
you
find it.
can't miss them. But I mean, on social media, what?
Just search Facebook Frank the Tank, Instagram at Thundercat Ho, and it's Thundercat.ho, and it's 6 O's. Oh. So Thundercat.ho on
That's your
Instagram.
Instagram. Okay.
Yeah, and I don't remember what my Twitter handle is because Twitter's for suckers. You know what I mean? So Facebook.
Send your
Instagram.
comments to Frank the Tank about Twitter too.
Twitter's for suckers. Send them to me, and I will respond.
There you
And
go.
you might not like it.
So I will be there tomorrow covering not only he's the main event, but there is also a huge tag team title match tomorrow. Fresco De Niro, the challengers against the gentleman we had on our show last week. Exceptional and Tenacious. They're putting up their belts tomorrow. So we got some big matches tomorrow.
The tag team duo.
That's correct.
I'm
That's
friends
correct.
with them. They are part of the Perfect Alliance with Frank the Tank
That's right.
and our manager Toom Iguchi. Yeah,
Is he making it? Plus, there's a special appearance tomorrow from.
Santana Jackson.
That's it. Thank you.
yeah.
He
He's-
plays at the House of Blues.
I
Yeah, he
don't think that's the same Santana.
no,
This is-
Santana Jackson. He's the like they say he's
That's
the
okay,
world's.
but you are right. Technically, on Neil's defense, he is right.
Well,
Santana does.
Finally, I'm right.
Does he?
However, it's not
Sorry, I
the same
cut-
gentleman.
I cut off the
Right.
audio.
Santana
No one heard
Jackson.
it. Don't worry about it.
Nobody heard that?
Nobody heard that.
Right.
Darn.
Yeah,
All right, so we'll see anybody. Seriously, if you want half price tickets, reach out to Frank today through Facebook. Love to see you come down. You and I'll talk if you're available to come down. I want to come down, and we'll see what happens.
I never said half price tickets. I said
Discounted tickets. Sorry, discounted tickets. Discounted tickets, not half price, but anything he takes off, who knows? Whatever he wants to do, just reach out to him.
This is really heavy.
All right, so dismount from your chain so that you can walk out of here in one piece. Any final thoughts before we go into next week's show, which of course is going to be have a cup, drink a cup, save a pup.
That's how you lose 20 pounds.
That's
Look at this.
you could double that around your neck. You could wrap it and do the
You want me to
twisty.
choke myself?
Right.
Lauren?
Right.
You know,
We're
some people like
live.
that.
I mean,
Some
I don't know.
people could be into that. That's
Some
very
people like
true.
that.
That's very true. Any final thoughts besides wringing your neck, sir?
I'm doing my Stevie thing. Leave me alone.
All right. Well, on that note, we will see you here next week, 12 to 1, during the launch party for the Drink a Cup, Save a Pup for Frank the Tank. We'll see you tomorrow. For Missy, we'll be hearing more. Have a great week. Thank you for watching, everybody. Please reshare us and like our pages, Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, right here on Facebook. Also, check out our YouTube channel so you never miss an episode. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week right here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.